Hey, this is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Today we're going to do 3 passive back bends that are going to make your spine feel awesome. I love passive back bends because it means that the back bend does the work for you and you don't really have to do anything. I recommend 2 blocks and a straps today. 2 blocks and a strap. Strap is not plural. And let's get started. First back bend, we don't even need any props. So, lie down on your back like you're setting up for a bridge position. We start off in a bridge. That part is active, but we're just going to use that for a second to help us get into this pose. So lifting up your hips, interlace your hands underneath your body, and see if you can sort of scoop one shoulder and then the other. And you could go more than once, just a little bit side to side, pressing into the back of your head so the neck stays safe, to try to get your arms all the way under your body. Now, I don't turn my head in these poses ever because there's a lot of pressure on the neck, so you don't want to turn your head. With your hands, interlace and see if you can actually squish them together. If you've got like Princess and the Pea sensitive hands, take your bottom pinky and fold it into the crease of your hands. Otherwise, with the arms way underneath your body and your palms squishing, sit down onto your arms, take your legs straight out in front, and then relax. So my feet just open like a mermaid tail, and I breathe deeply. And if you can see from this angle, I'm not sure you can, and now I can turn my head because now there's no pressure on it. My whole arm is under my body. This is key. You don't want your arms out to the sides because that accomplishes nothing other than just putting your arms to sleep. So you want your arms so far underneath that if someone were to look at you from above, it will look like you have no arms. Now this is a beautiful, not just a back bend, but this is a wonderful chest opener, heart opener. If you do a lot of upper body work, pec work, this opens up the chest. And you don't really have to do anything but get into it and stay. This should feel pretty yummy. I love this one. It's one of my favorite stretches. And whenever you're ready to come out, you can hold it for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Just take your feet back as if for a bridge. You don't have to come all the way up. Lift your hips, release your arms, and come down. Let the arms relax next to your body. It might take a few breaths to get the blood back to your hands. It's okay. Second one. Let's grab 1 block. This one will do just fine. So, for this one, I'm going to give you a recommended height, but you can always choose what works for your body. I recommend you put this one on the tall height. The 2 block ones that I'm going to do are sort of pretty one size fits all. I say pretty one size fits all because there's no such thing as one size fits all, but one size fits most. So you want the block vertical, if you can, and facing in this direction. So the wide side is facing towards the side of your mat. Not like this, like this. Again, I lift up like a bridge. Now, depending on how high you can lift here, you may have to come on your tippy toes to access this. Not a problem. Take the block nice and high, and you place it underneath your sacrum. Now, if you don't know what your sacrum is, it's like this triangular bone, it's more or less triangular, right at the base of your spine. So the reason I want to support my sacrum and my whole tailbone is because when I do back bends, there's a strong tendency, not me, Shana, but me, all of us, the general me, to dump into the low back. But by supporting the sacrum and the tailbone with the block on this one, it extends that length, releases any pressure from the low back, and helps you to access the upper back, the mid-thoracic spine. Now, just like before, I want my shoulders underneath me, and when I interlace past the block. Ideally, your feet are flat on this one, and you just sort of plop down into it. Like, there's no effort. This, again, is a passive bend, okay? I do recommend that you get the nice thick blocks, because thin blocks can bend, and then you can fall, and that's not a great situation. But again, this is a beautiful spinal opener that requires no real effort, and the block does the work for you. And I'm not going to sit here for 2 or 3 minutes because it's a waste of your time, but you sit here for 2 or 3 minutes. Again though, make sure those shoulders are really rolling underneath you. You don't want them out. Okay, this is going to collapse you into the neck, it's going to collapse you into the spine, and these shoulder heads rolling forward are the antithesis of a back bend. So I really want to see how much breadth, how much space can I get across my heart and across my shoulders on this one. In essence, you should be able to fall asleep on this. Okay, when you're ready to come out, you just lift your hips enough to remove the block, take it out, and let's go for number 3. Now, on number 3, the strap is optional and the second block is optional. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the full Monty. With the strap, and the strap actually doesn't help the back bend at all. This actually adds a hip opening element. If you take your strap really big, like big, and throw it over your body, that's why it has to be big. You take your feet in Baddha Konasana and hook the strap around your feet. Now, on the buckle, the direction that the strap naturally goes in, that's the side of your body that you need the strap on, because you need to be able to like pull it to tighten it. You don't want the buckle on your foot per se. Okay, this part is optional, but you can always pull, make it tighter, you can loosen, but this just keeps your legs in that sweet Baddha Konasana feeling. Now again, one size fits most. On this one, the block goes in this direction, which is to say the medium height and long. A lot of people get confused when they see this one because they think they go this way to support the spine. Well, that doesn't make sense. If you lie down on a flat back, that doesn't create a back bend. That actually takes away the back bend. That flattens out your spine. So, you take the block in this direction. Again, if this is too intense, you can take it flat, and if you have a crazy, crazy back bend, you can take it high. I don't really recommend that, but I do know some people who do. One size fits most. The block needs to go where your bra strap would be. So, girls, hopefully you know where your bra strap goes. Boys, I bet you can figure it out. I take it right there, right at the base of my shoulder blades, and as I lie down, I keep the block in place with my hands. I want this block, again, under my shoulder blades, right in my mid-thoracic and the tightest, juiciest part of my back. Second block, this is the optional block, goes the same height as this block or lower. Excuse me. So what it's going to do is it's going to provide a pillow, okay? You don't really want it higher than this block because that's going to totally take away the back bend. This is the back bend. So, if this is easy, knock the block over and you can use it this way. If this is easy, get rid of the block. You don't actually need that second block. But you do want your head on the floor, not like dangling in the air, because that's a lot of pressure on your neck. Now, remember the strap? If you got it, you can pull to make it tighter. But again, that will only work if the pulley direction is on the, or I should say if the buckle is on the side of the pulley direction. The arms, you can sort of do what you want with this one. I want to knock this block away. Palms open is nice. Some people like to stretch their arms back to get a little bit extra for the upper back and shoulders. Some people like them all the way down by the knees. I find that straight out towards the sides is the most efficient for really opening up the chest. Now this one is my favorite, with or without the strap, with 1 block or with 2 blocks, because it really specifically targets the thoracic spine. The thoracic, guys, is the part of the spine that is connected to your ribs. So obviously it's the tightest part of your back, and as we get older, it's the roundiest part of our backs. And this is one of the things we're really trying to fight in life, is that round, humpy back spine. As you breathe in, you can feel the opening of the heart and chest, and as you breathe out, again, you just sort of plop into this one, melt into this one. When you're ready to come out, you can just put your elbows down, lift up your head, come up. I have to loosen this if I'm going to get it off my feet, and I do want it off my feet. Now it's off my feet, and there you have it. If you're somebody who's suffering from a tighter back, remember, back bends are super key to the yoga practice. I'll go so far as to say that this whole yoga practice was created to keep your spine healthy and strong. And so, do these. You got a few minutes to lie around? Grab a book, lie down on a block, and open things up. I'm Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Hoping you have a big open heart and a nice, healthy spine.